What is up, guys? Welcome to a brand new video, and this is a special one because it's the last video I do here on my solo road trip to the northeast region of Brazil. This video is going to be more like a recap of everything I've been doing in these last 3 weeks. I'm going to show you guys the places I've been to, the tours I've done, all the cool stuff that I did, and I'm going to show you some of the beautiful footage I produced all over the cities and small towns I've been to. I started this trip 2 weeks ago in the city of Teresina. I got a flight from Rio to Teresina. I spent 1 day in the capital city of Piauí, and it's a nice city, not so appealing, so beautiful like Rio, of course, but it has some nice architecture. It's a pretty organized city. If you're traveling here around this region, it's okay to spend around 1 or 2 days there, maybe to relax between attractions, between the famous destinations. After that, I got my car and I went to Chapada das Mesas. It's a national park with mountains with flat tops. That's why we call it Chapadas here in Brazil. It's such an amazing place, so beautiful, so many beautiful waterfalls, all the landscapes, and doing it in a road trip it has been amazing, because being there, we stay in the city of Carolina, which is the base city for you to explore the region, but you have to get the car every day. There are places to go to watch sunrise, places to go to watch sunset, and it's all so beautiful. That mix of a really living green with that orange brown, so strong in every place. It's so beautiful. The nature is really unbelievable there. Many waterfalls. Maybe the one that I like the most is São Romão waterfall, one of the most beautiful waterfalls I've ever been to. Like it's totally comparable to those ones in Bali or in the Philippines. It's really amazing. I had the best day there. Of course, you have to pay for the tours. There are around 5 or 6 nice tours you can go there, and a nice part about going to these tours and seeing the waterfalls and rivers and the rocks and stones, the mountains, is that it's normally really easy to reach the destinations. First park by car, and then doing the trekking or the walking. Normally you walk around 15 minutes at most, which makes it really easy for anyone to explore this amazing region of Brazil. It's located in the state of Maranhão, which, by the way, became maybe my favorite state in all of Brazil. The 2 main attractions of this state are the Chapada das Mesas and then Lençóis Maranhenses. I'm gonna talk about it in a minute, but still talking about Chapada, I had the best time there, and things are cheap there. Staying there is really cheap, food is cheap. The only thing you're gonna spend more money with is on the tours. Maybe you're gonna spend around $30 or $40 per day. But it's totally worth it. I've been amazed in all the tours I did. It has been a really good experience. Well, after Chapada das Mesas, I got into the car again and hit the road. I went all the way to São Luís, the capital city of Maranhão. And this also is a really nice place for you to spend maybe 2 or 3 days, because the historical center is so beautiful. It's truly like a mini Lisbon. It's amazing. Maybe it's not that well taken care of right now, maybe because of COVID and the pandemics, but it's so beautiful. So many beautiful buildings and houses, old houses with the Portuguese tiles. It really reminds me of Lisbon. Amazing place. I spent just 1 afternoon there. I could have spent 1 more day easily there. By the way, I stayed in Hotel Luzeiros, or Luzeiros Hotel, which I think is the most comfortable one in São Luís. They have a really beautiful pool with a view to the sea. Breakfast is really good. The rooms are comfortable, and I paid around $60 for my night there. I spent actually 2 nights there, $60 per night. After that, I hit the road again and went to, in my opinion, the most beautiful place in the world, which is Lençóis Maranhenses. I said it in a previous video that The whole time I was there, I was thinking about Palawan in the Philippines, and I kept on thinking, which place is more beautiful, Palawan or Lençóis Maranhenses? And in the end, I had to say that Lençóis is more unique. There's nothing in the world that looks like this. It's a national park with dunes, sand dunes formations, with lagoons in the middle of those dunes. It's so beautiful. The water is drinkable because all the water of those lagoons comes from the rains, so it's amazing. You are in the most perfect beach you've ever seen in your life. The water is drinkable in the perfect temperature, and what's fun is that the sand never gets too hot because the water is running below those dunes. You can walk barefoot easily even in the 40°C sun of midday, and your feet won't get burned. It's perfect. It's the most beautiful place I've ever been in my life. Sure, I am completely amazed. I want to come back. And by the way, I spent my week there in the small village of Atins. It's like a small hippie village, raw, like all the streets are sand streets, and in this time of the year they are still flooded because the rainy season has just stopped and the dry season has just begun, so all the streets, or many of the streets, are still flooded, so sometimes you have to walk in those flooded roads. But the vibe of the village is amazing. It reminds me of some islands in Thailand or in the Philippines. It's so raw, it's like really in the beginning of the touristic development. So for me, this is the place to be in this region of Brazil. If I had to recommend just one destination, it would be sure Lençóis Maranhenses and staying in Atins. Some nice bars, really good restaurants. The only thing that is not so good there are the prices. Everything is really expensive to stay in the hotels, to eat. The tours are expensive, and at least talking about hotels, you don't get for what you paid. I was paying around $60 per night, and my hotel didn't even have hot water for the shower. So, but I think things are gonna develop fast there because it's an amazing place. It's an amazing place. I can't recommend more. It's really, really perfect to be there. Alright, after Lençóis Maranhenses, I think everything is a little too normal. So I got my car again and came all the way to Barra Grande in the state of Piauí, back in the state of Piauí. And this is a really beautiful village for you to stay, but maybe more as a couple. It's a really quiet place. Some really, really good restaurants, not that cheap as well. But yeah, it's perfect for couples because the hotels are good, and the hotels are even maybe cheaper than in Atins. The beach is really good, so it's even good for you to come with kids because there are not many waves. And it's also the perfect destination for kite surfing. So if you are a kite surfer, this is the place for you to be. Actually, Atins is also a good place for kite surfing, but I think here is even more. In these last days here, I saw many people sailing their kites. Yeah, so there's a route called the Emotions route that starts in the state of Ceará, which is more to the east. It's the next state to the east here, and it's a good route for you to do when you have more time to travel. You start there in Ikonika, and then you come to some smaller villages in the Ceará state, then you cross Piauí state, and then you arrive in Maranhão, and you end up this trip in Atins. One day I'll sure do this, but maybe I need a girlfriend first. I'll sure vlog this trip when I do it. Well, now that I mentioned I don't have a girlfriend, let's talk about solo traveling. It's been 3 weeks since I've been traveling solo, and to be honest, in these 21 days I just spent around 4 or 5 days by myself. All the other days I met really cool people. I did the tours with them, I had dinner with them, I went to the bars with them. I had a really good time with all of them, and that's the beautiful thing about traveling solo. You get to know maybe more people than you would have met traveling with friends or with your girlfriend or boyfriend. You're just open to meeting people, and when you're open, things happen. I said it in another video, things just happen. So you are going to meet nice people, you are going to go to nice places, the vibes get together, like-minded people get together. So if you're in doubt, just go, leave, do your solo travel, and you're sure going to meet really nice people and live some of the best moments of your life. There's a lot more content on Brazil to come. I'll sure travel more around this wonderful and gigantic country. There's just so much to see. What I showed you guys in these videos is just in 2 states of Brazil out of 27. So a lot to do, a lot to see. I'll sure travel more around Rio, far away from Rio. So yeah, that's it. 21 days of travel, 21 vlogs. Hope you guys enjoyed it. One of my missions, one of my goals with this YouTube channel is to show Brazil to the world, because honestly, nobody knows anything about Brazil. All people know is Rio. Okay, there's Rio, there's samba, there's carnival, and there's football, but there's just so much more. Well, and that's it. This trip has been amazing, and it's been a pleasure to share all my experiences and all these beautiful places in Brazil with you guys. Yeah, just have to thank you and say, watch my vlogs, buy my frames, stay in Ikonika 1, come see Brazil, and see you guys on the next one.